get treated differently. They just get a smile and a look, and they can get what they want. I know you've seen the commercials and in movies and stuff like that where, the girl gets pulled over by a cop and the first thing she does is unbutton the top button on her blouse. Trying to gain a little favor. She, puts on them, puppy dog eyes, or starts boo-hooing or something, trying to gain a little favor. But they get treated differently. Men just supposed to suck it up no matter what. Don't matter. Just suck it up. So, by the time you get involved with a female, or you trying to date a female, we have to do all, again, I say all, I shouldn't say that. We have to do the majority of the work. We have the heavy lifting here. We have to make the initial contact for the most part. There are women who, initiate. But I'm talking majority, not minority. And I know times are changing. I know I'm behind the curve a little bit, but again, I'm speaking from my experience. I know things may be a little bit different. But men, for the majority of the time, have to do the initial contact, trying to get the number, calling, doing the chit chat, carrying conversation, trying to get her to smile, trying to get her to laugh, trying to get that first date, trying to impress, take her out to a nice place, take her out to a nice restaurant. It seems like for men, we're the ones that are always doing. We're always the ones that are sacrificing. It seems now. Again, don't nail me to the cross and, start sending me messages and stuff. I'm talking in generalities. That we have to do the heavy lifting, all the work in the relationship. It's very rare that you run into a female, and there are some who reciprocate. Who just out of the blue do stuff for you for no reason. No reason at all. Just to make you happy. And I can name off, some things here, but we'll try to keep this PG. We'll try to keep this a family show. Even though this is made for men, but I don't want to get profane. But us men, know what we like, and But say, like Bill Burr said, Bill Burr had a good bit about this. He goes, one day my wife, I'm in the garage, I'm doing this, that, and the other, and my wife comes in and she had made me a sandwich, had the chips on the side and everything. It was, whatever sandwich it was his favorite, and, had it all fixed up and had it cut, diagonally. This is Bill Burr now. Had his chips or his Doritos or whatever it was his thing. It was his, favorite deal. And gave him a nice ice cold beer and said, "Here you go, honey." And then she got in the car and left. He couldn't believe it. Something just out of the blue. He didn't ask for it, wasn't expecting it. He was out there busting his balls, trying to do something in the garage for her. And she just out of the blue just did that for him. And then she just left him to himself. took off for a couple hours, whatever. She was probably shopping, spending his money, but and apparently, it hadn't happened since, because he was talking about in this bit that he still remembers that to this day. That he does all the work. He's a good father. He's a good husband. It seems like he's always the one that needs work, that he's always the one that needs improvement, that needs to change, that his wife is somehow some completed work already. She's good to go just the way she is. There's nothing, there's nothing wrong with her. She has no faults. And he says he still remembers that act of kindness to this day. Something he has to go back to, to remember some peace and some joy, in his mind. And that's the thing, females kind of just expect you to just flow and follow and keep up with their pace. If a female gets bored, then you're just supposed to, whatever you're doing, entertain them. And I've always said only boring people get bored. You can always find something to do. You can read, start a project, go jog or something, go run around the block a couple of times, see how bored you are then. You'd be tired, But, it seems like men are the ones that are always giving. We have to do that, and females are always expecting. And that's just in normal situations. Don't mess around and get hooked up with a younger female. I've had those experiences too. I've had a wife that was 10 years younger than me. And yeah, there were times, for the most part, she, pretty good to go. But there were times, but she liked to go and do stuff. So, you had to go and do stuff. And I had a girlfriend one time that was about 20 years younger than me. And she was always on the go. And I told her, I said, well, at a certain point, I just kind of give up on it. I'm like, you know what? When you want, you know where I'm at. You know where I stay. I had an apartment at the time. You know where I am. When you want to come and spend time with me, then you come and spend time with me. I'm not going to be out there running the street, running around with you doing this, that, and the other thing. I don't have the time or the energy to do that. When you want to be with me, then you come and you be with me. You carve out that time. I mean, even when I was married, at that point, I done, traveled the United States, the continental United States, seen the continental United States, traveled around the world when I was in the service, been in the service, had all those experiences, been in combat. I'm tired. I'm like, hey, look, I've been there, I've done that, I got the t-shirt, I'm done. I don't need to do all that stuff. But, females are different. They have to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. You ever heard, I don't know if you heard that expression, that was kind of a 70s and 80s kind of a thing, where their neighbor gets a new car, so you got to get a new car. They move into a new house in a new neighborhood, then you have to, keeping up. You got to keep up. Well, same thing with these young ladies, especially the young ones. Older ones, they probably expect a little less. So you probably, if you're in my shape, if you're in my age group, you're probably a little bit better off. But if you're getting involved with, younger ladies, they wanting to go and do. and you have to be able to go and do and keep up.